An MTN subscriber wants to sue MTN for breach of contracts. What will he do? Which court will he go to? Don't worry, you'll find out the answers to these questions in less than 5 minutes from now. Good day everyone, my name is Joanna Abodunrin and I'm a final year student from Ahmadu Bello University. I'm also a virtual intern at HARLEM Solicitors. Today, I'll be talking about jurisdictional issues in telecommunications related matters in Nigeria. Jurisdictional issues in telecommunications related matters in Nigeria. But before we can fully understand this topic, we'll quickly examine 4 key concepts. This is because references will be made to these concepts in the course of this video. The first is jurisdiction. Jurisdiction refers to the authority of a court to hear and determine cases. The law is settled that any decision that is reached without jurisdiction by a court is generally said to be null, void, and of no legal effect. The second thing we're examining is the Nigerian Communications Commission, and it will interest you to know that the Nigerian Communications Commission is the primary body regulating telecommunications matters in Nigeria. Also, we'll talk about the network service provider, which is a provider of network services. For example, MTN, Glo, Airtel, and 9Mobile are all examples of network service providers. Also, who is a subscriber? Because we have to talk about who a subscriber is, because we also make reference to this in the course of this video. A subscriber means a user of a particular network. As soon as a person buys, registers, and activates a SIM, such a person becomes a subscriber. This is because as soon as you do this, a contract is consummated between you and that network service provider. Hence, you begin to enjoy some kind of rights and privileges conferred on you by the service agreement. So what happens when such a right is breached and the subscriber wants to resolve the issue? Or what happens when 2 network service providers are at loggerheads? In general, how are issues in telecommunications related matters resolved in Nigeria? These questions can be quite disturbing, but the good news is that the Nigerian Communications Act, which is the primary legislation regulating telecommunications matters in Nigeria, has provided for how such issues can be resolved. Section 74 of the NCA 2003 provides that an attempt must first be made between the parties to resolve the issue through negotiation, and this is the first step you must take. So when you are having an issue maybe with your network service provider, the first thing you must do is for you to try to resolve this issue with them. But if the parties have met and they've tried to resolve the issue but they didn't get to an amicable settlement, then the next thing you have to do is to involve the commission, that is the Nigerian Communications Commission. And this is what section 4 paragraph P, section 73, and even section 105 sub 1 of the NCA 2003 provides for. A meticulous look will reveal that these steps must first be followed. They are like the condition precedent and the mandatory administrative remedies which must first be exhausted first whenever there is a dispute arising between parties in telecommunications matters. We ought to know that in situations like this, the parties must first exhaust a line of action provided by a statute for the determination of an issue before the parties can decide to go to court. Otherwise, the suit will be in contravention of a condition precedent and therefore incompetent. This is the decision of the court in cases like Abubakar vs. Nasamu in 2012 and also Adiola vs. Ayoba in 2009. It is only after these condition precedents have been followed and the party still feels satisfied that it can go to court. As to the court that has the jurisdiction to entertain telecommunications matters in Nigeria, Section 138 of the Nigerian Communications Act provides that the court to go to is the Federal High Court. So, for example, MTN has issues with Airtel and all the condition precedents have been met, then the parties can go to the Federal High Court. Or, for example, 9Mobile has issues with Glo, then they can go to the Federal High Court, provided they've met the condition precedents. Also, if a network service provider, for example MTN, has issues with the commission itself, that is with the NCC, after they've met the necessary conditions precedents, then they can go to the Federal High Court. Also, if Mr. A is complaining or wants to complain in court that the masts MTN mast, for example, close his house, actually causes some health hazard to him, then the court he can go to after meeting the condition precedent is the Federal High Court. However, for issues relating to breach of contract and negligence, an aggrieved party, after meeting the condition precedent, can institute his case in the High Court. For example, you buy airtime from MTN, but you are unable to make calls. After meeting the condition precedent, then you can complain in the High Court. This is because this issue relates to breach of contract. Let's going back to the question I asked at the beginning of this video of an MTN subscriber who wants to sue MTN for breach of contract. Well, the first thing he has to do is to try to resolve the issue with MTN. If this fails, then such a person can go ahead and involve the commission. It is only after these two condition precedents have been met that he can now go to the High Court to sue MTN for breach of contract. I'm sure that I've educated you today, and when next you have an issue with your network service provider, you know the right steps to take. For further reading, you can go to www.HARLEMSolicitors.com. Thank you for watching.